Hi, this is Dr. Shirley Caruso. Thank you for joining me. In this tutorial, we will use Prezi Next to create a blank presentation, add topics and subtopics, add images, shapes, lines, arrows, or icons, and add animations. Let's head on over to Prezi.com to get started. Prezi.com works best using the Google Chrome browser. Click Login to get started. If you already have an account, you can log in here, or you can sign up. I already have an account, so I'm going to log in with my Google account. And for purposes of this tutorial, I am going to use a blank template. And I'm going to call this New Hire Orientation. And I'm going to make it public. The blank template defaults and gives you a title page, and then gives you a topic with 3 subtopics. So let's begin with the title page. I'm going to call this New Hire Orientation. For the subtitle, I'm going to say who this orientation is for. And then I can begin building my topics. So these larger circles are topics, and as you can see, if we go into the subtopic view, these smaller circles are subtopics. So let's start with the topic. I know that I would like to add a total of 6 topics. So I'm going to go ahead and add my topics. I'm going to go up to Insert, Topic. Now I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can rearrange these topics anywhere on the screen you would like. You can make a pattern, you can make them symmetrical, any way that you would like. To the left here, you will see the order that they appear. You can change the order that they appear as well. By switching their paths on the left. So this is the order that they will appear once we put this into presentation mode, which we will try out in just a bit. So for this first topic, I am going to call this History. So I'm going to insert text. Over here, we don't need this one. going to delete this text box that I accidentally added. And here I'm going to call this history. The second one I'm going to call mission statement. Go back to my overview. Insert text. I'm going to call this one mission statement. Insert text. I'm going to call this one location. Copy this text box here. Control C on my keyboard, Control V to paste, and I'm going to change this name to salary. I'm going to call this job description. And finally, I'm going to call this services offered. Making everything fit inside the topic. Okay, now notice that for each topic, you can add a subtopic, but for each topic, it's like a double-headed coin. So for history, for example, this is the first one that's going to show in when I put present, and it's going to have another side to it. So let me just put it into presentation mode so that you can see, and Prezi is going to go from one topic to the next. So here you can see history. Nothing is on the other side of that coin. I have to populate that. Mission statement, location. It flips over and nothing's on it. And this one actually has 3 subtopics that we're going to have to populate. And it goes to each one. Then we go to job description. We need to populate the flip side of that, and then services offered. And we go back to the beginning. So let's get out of this presentation mode and let's go into the overview mode for history. If we double click inside it, you see that here is the other side of the history coin. So here again, I can type in the word history, and here is where I would actually detail the history of the organization. So here is where you would detail the whole history of the organization. If you would like to add an image, shape, line, arrow, icon, you could also use the insert function here. Here's where you would add the image, one of your own, or you could upload one. For purposes of this tutorial, I will add an icon. And let's see if there's anything under the word history. The images with the padlocks are for paid subscribers only. So you may find that you may need to upload one of your own. So I'm going to head over to Google and I'm going to do a search for history to see what kind of images come up. And I'm going to go under the Tools setting and make sure that I am using pictures that are labeled for reuse. And perhaps I like this image. So there's a couple of ways that you can insert this image. You can save it to your flash drive and then insert it that way. Or you can right-click the image and say Copy Image. Go back to your Prezi and do a Control-V to paste that image right into your presentation. Here. Now, if this was a place that you would like to add a subtopic, you can add one here. Remember that the subtopics are also two-sided. So here is where you would enter more information. Maybe talk about some things significant. Events for the year 2000. And remember this first side of the coin. You might want to label year 2000. You may or may not need subtopics here, but if you would want to talk about other things that happened in the past years, you could do it here. So now let's see how this is looking. We're going to put this in presentation mode. And I'm going to start from the beginning here. So you see that I have a history tab. On one side it's labeled history. It flips over, and on the back side it has more of a detailed history account. Then I have some subtopics here, year 2000 topic. But if I continue playing this presentation, those coins flip over. So there's more information on the reverse side. So I'm calling them coins, but it's because they're like two-sided coins. So you would continue building your presentation in such a way that you are adding topics and subtopics. You are populating both sides of the topics, both sides of the subtopics. And for animations, let's take a look at how to add an animation. So let's say that we wanted Prezi to really zoom in on this picture that we have put here. So here's where you will go to the Insert tabs, and here you are inserting an animation. You can have Prezi zoom to this picture. You could add a zoom area where Prezi would zoom only to the word history, for example, or you can have it fade in or fade out. Let's try a fade in, and we'll try the other ones on another slide. So I'm going to put this into presentation. I'm going to start it at the beginning. And we're going to go to that first history topic. It's going to flip over. And when I click again, the picture history appears. Now let's add another animation. Let's stay with this same topic, history. So here, I'm going to add an animation. And this time I want it to zoom to the word history. Okay, so let's put this in presentation. Let's go to the beginning so we can see how everything is looking. It's going to go to history first. The picture's going to appear. And we added a zoom to the word history. So the next step is to zoom in. In review, you have learned how to create a blank presentation. You've learned how to add topics and subtopics. You've learned how to add images, shapes, lines, arrows, or icons. And finally, you learned how to add animations. I hope you have found this tutorial helpful. I'll see you soon.